Bosh. Hello there. I was just thinking about computers and how they're basically a corrupt system. Really, it's why the endless hacking and endless patches and endless security and endless problems with it. Really, I mean, with a corrupt system, you're going to have problems all the time that never get resolved. So it's like having probably a leaky boat, and you just keep bailing out the water, and more water comes in. It's just going to keep going like that till the motor gives out. Yeah, just my thoughts on it. If I had my way, built the system I want, the way I'd have it, like these computers aren't productive. You get nothing out of it. You put all this energy in, you get nothing back. So it's basically useless. It's sort of, I'd say on a TV, you can sit back and relax and get something out of it. You sort of learn things. You kind of entertain yourself. On a computer, I don't know. I think they're too draining. You're too close. I think the information you're getting a lot of the time is rubbish. A lot of it's just, regurgitated news and rubbish and spam. And there's probably a few sites, like probably YouTube is one that stands out as one that's actually kind of useful. But I think because they don't have any hacking, it's very hard to hack YouTube. I mean, it can happen, but as far as I know, it's pretty good platform. I did have some trouble streaming. I don't think someone wanted me to stream all my thoughts and ideas. I don't know why. They're just my own natural thoughts and ideas. I haven't read any secret documents or confidential files, or just my own thoughts and ideas about my own life. I don't see why I can't stream that, but for some reason I got shut off the internet, so I couldn't earn a living. And so I'm still sitting here wondering what to do with myself. I'm still bullshitting on these platforms and not really getting anywhere. I mean, I still have to buy things every day. I need new things. My dryer's just about kaput, so I had to buy a new dryer and things like that, crop up. So, but yeah, computers I think they could be good using the original Unix system. I think the way they are with all this hacking, and people think it's a game and it's fun, but people get hurt, and I just don't think that's right. I think it should be 100% effective, productive, useful device. Like a broom, you get a broom, you know what it's going to do. You sweep up your mess, you put it in the bin, and then you put it away. There's no problems involved. Computers, they're like a fucking nightmare. Just all the problems involved with computers, they just possess your whole room, your whole life. Passwords, all this other shit, security. It used to be viruses, and now it's not so much that, but it's more Trojans and tracking and people spying in, and it's right for them, I suppose, till they get caught, till they push the limits too hard and break the rules and someone gets murdered or raped or worse, yeah, I just think for the benefit of 1% of the population, the rest of us have to suffer. It's pretty lousy. And really that 1% doesn't benefit anyway, because they all have sort of, as far as I know, putrid hearts, doing this in the first place. So they don't benefit anyway, having a putrid heart. So doing that to the world, I just mean more just allowing the hacking to go on, having open ports on all these services and things for people just to get in and out and do what they like to people. If I had it my way, I'd have it all secure and not even have an internet. I know have other different things, but I'm going to do it another way anyway. So I'm going to do it in my own little world somewhere else. I still use all these. I mean, it's still useful for some purpose, like updating entertains me for 10 minutes while it updates. That's fun. And then I sort of see, what am I going to use this fucking thing for? I don't know. It's not really powerful enough to do the 3D rendering I want to do and all that stuff. No matter how many dollars you spend into a fucking computer still can't render a bloody movie you want to make or something, you know. I have to buy another graphics card or some other thing I can't afford, so I don't bother doing 3D graphics or anything. That's what I like doing. I like doing all that stuff, but I haven't really learnt enough because I've never had the money to do it. So, and all the software's thousands of dollars, and you can't really download it anymore for free to try it out. Yeah, it's just I love just a computer. Like I say, my non-binary one. That was just the idea. That was just a free sort of platform. You know, you pay for the machine, but everything is already in the machine. No need to upgrade or update it. No waste, no pollution. You know, the world's choking on internet waste and computer waste. And I just love a little computer that does everything you want. You know, why do you need to keep changing the software? It should just do everything you need. I think we've got to the point now where we're developing AI, but we haven't really made use of the previous technology, the computing platforms where you can make nice music and movies and 3D videos, and it's still inaccessible to the everyday people. You know, whether that's Hollywood's plan to sort of capture that market and not allow us to do anything like that, I think is pretty cruel, or pretty rude. You know, just to think that they are the only ones who are allowed to create these sort of mediums. Anyone's allowed a paintbrush and everything now, but why aren't we allowed the means to get the right technology to do all this sort of 3D work that we'd like to do? I'd love to make a little 3D rendered little movies and make movies. I've tried so many times, I just get nowhere with it, and that's what I like to be doing just in my spare time as a hobby. You know, I've got no interest in being a movie star or anything like that and being part of Hollywood or anything. I did sort of want to be sort of part of the Australian film industry, but it's just not much happening there, really. It's all sort of Indigenous stuff now. I don't really feel like I fit in with all that. It seems it's all sort of turned that way. I mean, not all of it, but just, you know, you get a lot of these Indigenous movies that I don't know how I'd fit into that sort of story. My story is totally different, and so, you know, my Indigenous roots go back to Mars when I was Indigenous back there, really. I mean, that was thousands of years ago, you know, or probably a million years ago I was Indigenous. So in the terms that I actually lived off the land without any sort of aids, you know, just spearing fish and stuff, you know, that's what we're like on Mars for years, but a long time, and that's when I was probably Indigenous. Then I moved to Earth, and I might have been Indigenous for a while, probably. I've been every culture, really, but yeah, I remember I was Indigenous on Mars a long time, like many thousands of years, and just sat like the Aborigines in the dream time, dreaming up this world, really, and then moved here, and then this was when it all sort of started on Earth, really. We didn't do much on Mars, you know. It was very Indigenous, I suppose. Yeah, there wasn't much technology on Mars, and also that's why I just sort of eroded away all our lives, memories and that. And by the time we moved to Earth, you know, naturally, you know, we didn't just fly here with machines. We just sort of blew here, I suppose. Somehow our spirits got here, and Earth bloomed, and I'm talking millions of years ago, and we came out of the swamp, and we were sort of Indigenous for a while, but straight away we were into the technology and getting on with things, and yeah, but anyway, I don't know about these computers. There's something I don't like about it. One day I log on and all my internet works, the next day there's all problems with it. Why is that? If it's logic, it should just click the same way every time. And I don't understand why it doesn't, and why people keep wanting to interfere, and why I feel like I'm not safe shopping online, or I feel like someone's going to disturb my shopping products or something. Or anyway. So that's just my 2 cents. I just like to put that awareness out there, because people aren't complacent, just think everything's hunky-dory all the time. So I think we've just had the rug swept under us, you know, with technology, and our lives stolen away. I mean, look at Lady Gaga's big benefit concert. It's probably sponsored by Microsoft, and all those people go over there to sort of have these parties and root themselves stupid, and we're all sitting here wondering where the hell our wives and families are, you know. I'm Australian. I'm not going to America, you know. Anyway, see ya.